We keeping the buck right now. We ass. So we 0-4. We have this point. We got nothing to lose. We dropped a quarter of our fucking games, and we've yet to do anything. So we have to lock in. Especially myself on the offensive line, from the defensive line, from the special teams to all three faces. We have to play together. We have not played together this year yet.
Yo, YouTube, what's good with y'all, man? It's your boy, man, back at y'all with another video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Y'all know the vibes, man. So, the Tennessee Titans have decided to part ways with Brian Callahan. Um, After a 1-5 start to the Tennessee Titans season, um, the Tennessee Titans decided to clean house, man, as far as the head coach goes. Um, through 2 years with the team, I believe Callahan is 4-19 as a head coach, which is really not good. Um, we know that he didn't really necessarily have a quarterback, up until this year. Well, not even this year because Cam Ward is a rookie, but you understand he was dealing with Will Levis, man. And when Will Levis is your quarterback, bro, you're gonna be losing a lot of games. You know what I mean? So it's no surprise to me that the Tennessee Titans decided to move on. Though this is kind of like an occurring trend that we typically see in the NFL. As it pertains to the number one pick, especially number one pick quarterbacks. They normally do have to change the head coach at some point. In the rookie quarterback's tenure. Um, so that's just kind of what happened. After the Tennessee Titans lost to the Texans, Cam Ward came out and addressed the team and said that the team was ass, which, they pretty much are, you know what I mean? But I think this was a good move by the Tennessee Titans in a sense that, you know what I mean, especially if Brian Callahan, I'm sorry, and Cam Ward wasn't necessarily seeing eye to eye, and that kind of seems like what was kind of going on. A lot of finger pointing, a lot of blame to go around. You know what I mean? And I think the number one thing that it comes down to is the Tennessee Titans have invested a lot of resources into Cam Ward. They drafted him with the number one overall pick, so they kind of have to do the best that they can to kind of make the best on their investment because I mean Cam Ward, honestly, he's not that bad of a quarterback. I mean, the numbers might tell you something else, because he only has 3 touchdowns to 4 interceptions on the season up until this point. But keep in mind that he's been sacked the most. Um, his wide receiver core has to be the worst in football. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of things that's working against Cam Ward. And on top of that, it's his first year in the NFL and he's a rookie. You know what I mean? And so this was a good move for the Tennessee Titans. You don't want Cam Ward to end up how Jared Goff ended up with Jeff Fisher. I think Cam Ward would really benefit from having a offensive minded head coach like a Cliff Kingsbury or somebody like that. I'm not necessarily sure who the Tennessee Titans are planning on hiring or if they have any thoughts about that yet. I'm not really sure who would go over there. But the job in Tennessee, though, looks very enticing as opposed to a lot of other jobs, you know what I mean, around the league if you're a head coach. You know what I mean? You got Cam Ward, and you just need a couple of more pieces, at receiver, and you probably gonna need to bolster up that offensive line a little bit. But other than that, man, I think that the Tennessee Titans could definitely make some noise in the future. But this season is basically a wash. It's a throwaway season. Just basically seeing what you have in Cam Ward moving forward. But I think Cam Ward is gonna be the real deal, though, man. I like his leadership. I like his moxie, and I like his confidence. You know what I mean? So I think Cam Ward's gonna be fine. It's just that the Tennessee Titans have to do a better job with putting better personnel around him to maximize his skill set. You know what I mean? But other than that, man, that's pretty much all I have for y'all. Brian Callahan, good riddance. Um, I really honestly feel like he shouldn't have gotten hired in the first place. I think he really only got hired because of his dad, you know what I mean? Bill Callahan, one of the best offensive line coaches the league has ever seen. So his son was able to get a job, but obviously, man, he wasn't able to handle it, and now he's gone. I'm not necessarily sure who they're gonna hire though, but if y'all have any ideas, just leave it in the comments, man. We can have a discussion about it. Other than that, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'm out. I'm gonna catch you on the next video.